Yo, what's going on, everybody? We're right back again on another video of EGTV. Now, guys, don't forget, I checked the statistics. We got a lot more subscribers. We were up to 7,000 subscribers. But guess what happened? Only like 30% of you guys who are actually subscribed now, out of all the new subscribers, are actually hitting that notification bell, liking the videos, and the people who are watching the videos, only 54% of you guys who actually watch these videos are actually subscribed. So let's get that number higher. Let's get more of you guys subscribed. Let's get more of you guys liking the goddamn videos. But today we're going to be talking about some transfer stories. We're going to be talking about Asensio. We're going to be talking about Hector Bellerin. We're going to be talking about Granit Xhaka. We're going to be talking about guys like Martinez from Inter Milan. We're going to also be talking about none other than the man himself, James Maddison. So let's get this show started. You guys already know what it is, the Kitty G on EGTV, and let's get this show started the right way. How do we get that started? By getting this intro started. Bang. The show, we're going to be talking about some transfers, but first things first, we're going to be talking about Here we go. This show, we're going to be talking about some transfers, but first things first, we're going to be talking about Isco from Real Madrid could possibly be coming to Arsenal. Also, there's new news on the first possible bid with James Maddison, and we recently had the manager, Brendan Rodgers, speak about the possibility of James Maddison leaving Arsenal and what he thought, in addition to more reports coming about a first bid for James Maddison. Granit Xhaka looks to be set to get a new deal up until 2005, 2-year deal. Hector Bellerin could be following him afterwards to get a new deal himself. Tammy Abraham to Arsenal could be off the table. You got Martinez to Arsenal also possibly still on the table. We'll see what happens. Then you got a situation where Martinez could be joining Arsenal for so cheap, but we still need to get rid of Lacazette. But right now, Bruno Guimarães also could be joining Arsenal. We'll see what happens. Let's get the show started on today's show, EGTV. Bang! Yo, people. All right. That intro was terrible. Sorry about that. But let's get this show started the right way. Big up to the guests. We got some guests here. I got Samuel, Martin, I got Josh, and I got Aslan. How you guys doing, guys?
Pick up, bro.
Everything blessed, bro. Weather nice. I'm nice. I'm in a good mood. I hope everyone on the panel is in a good mood. I hope everyone in the chat box in a good mood. Big up, everyone.
Big up Chris in the chat, yo. I know he's always talking about how you doing. I'm doing good, Chris. I'm doing good. Big up Aslan, big up Martin, big up everybody in the chat, big up all you guys in the chat. Do me a favor, smash that like button, people. If you haven't already smashed that like button, we're gonna be talking about a bunch of transfers. We're gonna be talking about players coming in, players going out, and in the description you can see that I put about 20 to close to 20 different stories. So we got to begin from the top. And you know what the first thing is, guys? It's not about Granit Xhaka, it's not about Hector Bellerin, but it's about Sead Kolasinac. It looks like Arsenal could be on a move to get rid of Sead Kolasinac. They're on the move to try to sell Kolasinac for £6 million. That's what Arsenal want back for Sead Kolasinac. So Arsenal are ready to sell Sead Kolasinac for £6 million, as low as £6 million. What do you got to say to that? And yo, Josh, do me a favor. Your mic is very, very loud. Could you just unmute yourself when you're not speaking? Thank you. Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna start with you
first because okay, listen. I came on here a few days ago. Right? Sead Kolasinac is on the Arsenal squad in 2021. Is like this guy should have been gone long ago, 2 or 3 years ago. Okay, he's like the milk in the fridge that's been there for 2 months too long. He's expired, bro. This guy is expired milk. The thing is, he just stinks up the place, and he's taken up too much room. His wages, Kolasinac's wages are ridiculous. I think over 60 grand a week, because he came from a free transfer from Schalke. Obviously, increase in wages. Gal, let's not forget, he had opportunity.
Bro, I can't hear you. Samuel, I can't hear you at all, so I can't have you on without the audio actually being able to hear you, mate. I'm gonna have to take you out. Sorry about that. Just I'm not sure what's going on. We'll try it another time. Sorry about that. Now, the actual story, guys. unfortunately, I don't know who is that. Is that you, Josh? Josh, I'm gonna have to take you out also. I can't hear you. I can't have you on with the audio that bad. Sorry about that. Now, the Daily Express claimed that Sead Kolasinac could be leaving this summer for about £6 million. Martin, what do you think about that?
Yo, bro. First of all, big up you and Aslan and all the chat. I hope you're doing all fine. Brother, for me, Kolasinac hasn't impressed me, to be honest. He hasn't done much as wearing that shirt. And I think that for me, he has to move. Yeah, I'm ready to sell Sead Kolasinac for just 6 million. I think it's a bit. I think like 10 and above. Yeah, maybe 10 million. Yeah.
Okay, Aslan.
Yeah, look, I'm happy with the news of him leaving. But again, until I hear it's official, him holding up the shirt on the club that he's potentially linked to, I'm not going to believe it, man. But I mean, yeah, look, I definitely want him gone. He was part of that, the Three Musketeer clique. Two of them are gone, so he's the final one left. And look, we've brought in the backup left back. So we've brought in the replacement for him. So, yeah, now we need to get rid of him because we do have an inflated squad. So the sooner the better he's gone, the better for all of us. We can move on. So, yeah.
Okay, there you go. Big up, guys in the chat. I see they're talking about big up Mustafa. Is Mustafa in the chat? Yeah, he is. Mustafa's talking about Maddison. Sohan's obsessed with Maddison. You guys are funny. Herb's in the chat. Big up Herb. Big up everybody watching on Arsenal Inside Out and on my Twitter. Josh, unfortunately, your audio is terrible, bro. I can't have you on. Sorry about that. We'll try another day. Not today, mate. But yeah, let's just move on to the next story, guys. So the next story is going to frustrate Aslan. It's going to frustrate me. It's going to frustrate everybody who thought Granit Xhaka was going to be leaving the club. But we're going to have to talk about the situation with the big U-turn that the club has made with Granit Xhaka. Now, I personally feel like the Granit Xhaka deal to Roma was that they wanted us to give him away for cheap. Arsenal were not buckling. Arsenal were not looking away to give him away for cheap. So it's expected that Arsenal are now going to be giving Granit Xhaka a new deal. Now, Granit Xhaka will be getting a new deal, added 2 years to his current contract that's up until 2023. He'll be getting an additional 2 more years. His new contract will be up in 2025, which means the club will now have added 2 more years to his deal, and Granit Xhaka will be here minimum at least 1 more year because he's expected to stay this season after telling Jose Mourinho that he will not be leaving Arsenal this summer. So as much as he said the club knows what his future holds, it looks like he's going to be here for another year. And I personally think this is a good thing that the club were not bending to Roma's valuation and they just didn't sell him for any price. But at the same time, I don't think Granit Xhaka is as bad as everyone makes him out to be. We do have a lot of people who criticize Granit Xhaka a lot. And I feel like balanced opinion is he was integral to our gameplay, but he has made very, very crucial errors that have put us under pressure. And at times, he's been very bad for Arsenal. But at times, he has been good. And overall, he just hasn't been good enough for us in the time that he's been here. That's why we were trying to move him on. I feel like in the future he could do good in a team like Inter in Italy, where the pace is slower. But if we give him a good midfield around him, like James Maddison and Partey in front of him and next to him, that could be a much better midfield than he's ever played with, and we could see a different side to him. But hey, who am I to say? Oh, you're going to teach an old footballer new tricks? You wanted to say something?
Igal, brother, you said perfectly. But the problem of Xhaka is that, brother, sometimes he's careless, Like we remember in the Euros, the way he was playing. Even Igal, I think you saw the way he was hugging the manager of Switzerland. He was so passionate. I was asking myself, why can't we see this Xhaka on Arsenal shirt? Why? Why not? I think for me, in my opinion, this season he will do well. Xhaka's problem is he's rash, tackle that there's no need of tackling. He gets a red card for stupid mistakes, But he can improve at that side, and I wish him all the best. But for me, I wanted him to have gone. But if he's staying now, I have to get behind all the players. For me, I support Arsenal Football Club. So yeah, all the best for him, bro.
Aslan.
Yeah, I'm very annoyed with this announcement. I'm frustrated. I'm angry. Look, he's been here for 5 years. The first 4, if you scale up the 5 years that he's been at Arsenal, the 4 years were bad. Last season was good, and that's pushing it, right? So if you scale up the 4 years to 1 year, the scale with 4 years is gonna rise. Is gonna go to the bottom. Yeah. So in my eyes, in my view, the Granit Xhaka project has failed. This guy is going to be 29 in less than 8 weeks. This time next year, just because we've extended his contract, doesn't mean we're going to get 20 million for him next year. It's not going to happen. We should have just accepted it and taken a hit. He's been passed of 3 managers now, right? This guy's qualities or his skill set is not to the level of what I expect. We've got too many players who have stayed here for too long. We can't carry on with this sentiment. But unfortunately, the club or the people that are running the club and our manager doesn't see it like us fans do. They feel he's got still something to offer. We'll wait and see. For me, he hasn't done it in the 5 years, and I don't expect to do him for him to do it in the sixth year, or possibly for the 4 years that he's out under his new contract. So for me, Xhaka, he should have gone, but unfortunately, he's going to be here next year.
Yeah, I hear that. And are you upset about him being here for another year, or are you
100%? 100%, I'm upset because he is not the ideal partner for Partey. And people can say, "Oh, but like he's filled in this position, that position. He needs better players around him." How many times have you heard that about Mesut Ozil, Alexis Sanchez, Aubameyang? Yeah. So then, what it comes down to is the ambition and the direction of this club.
Aslan, bro.
We're not going to sign another central midfielder. I agree in getting an attacking midfielder, but we're not going to get another central midfielder. I don't see it happening.
Okay. Do you understand that selling Granit Xhaka for £12 million, it's going to cost us 35?
Bro, I would have accepted it. I'm only speaking for myself. Yeah, I know within the spaces or on Twitter, like we've been hearing, we've given we've complained about how we've run down previous players' contracts down, and we haven't made a single profit. But the way I see it, this guy hasn't elevated his game in the 5 years that he's been at Arsenal. Yeah, and year by year he's getting older, right? This guy, his valuation is not going to improve, and this summer proved it. Only Roma came in and was interested. I didn't hear a second club or multiple clubs coming in for Granit Xhaka. So what does that say? He's not good enough. If only Roma came in, what does that say? This guy is not good enough, and again, unfortunately, the club doesn't see it like me or the fans that also disagree with this announcement. I don't know, man. Look, It's going to be another wasted year next year, man. I can just see it.
Okay, someone said duo poll, Eagle. Would you let Xhaka go for 13 million pounds? Yes or no? Let's see. So yes would mean if you would people let Xhaka go? I don't know. Xhaka, would you let Xhaka go for 13 million? I think personally, I would be okay to let him go for 20 million euros. But the fact that it's 13 million pounds, what's the difference here? What's the difference between that and 20 million euros? What? 4 million? I'm telling you a difference of 4 million. I wouldn't sell him. That's kind of hard to believe. So I get it. I'm probably gonna sell Xhaka, but at the same time, I understand the club did not want to get bullied, and I personally would not want the club to get bullied by the likes of Roma, because we're setting a dangerous precedent. So yes would be sell, and no would be keep.
I want to say, like, sometimes you have to move on, like if we are, we are a big club. Arsenal is a big club, so we can't hold on like this type of players. For me, even as a free, I will be very happy. Wallah, I'm not lying, wallah, because I'm tired of these types of players. Just they every season, him and Bellerin will cost us 15 points. Man, I'm not lying, wallah, 15 points. So let him go, man. I don't want him, to be honest, for me. I don't want to see him in Arsenal shot.
Listen,
Okay.
we had a price, okay, 20 mil, and the fans, okay. How many times have we seen Arsenal get bullied in the market? Look at Arsenal. We want a new approach. Listen, 20 million was the limit. They just had to pay 20 million. They were £5-6 million away, and they didn't. And they missed out on a pay. It's too bad. We had the asking price, and they didn't commit to it. It was their loss. And looks like Granit Xhaka was committed to Arsenal, and he's going to stay here for the foreseeable future, which I don't see as a positive thing. I see as more of a rewarding of failure. This is what it is. We're rewarding failure. Because would you say Granit Xhaka has been outstanding? No. He hasn't been good. He's been okay. And okay ain't good enough for Arsenal.
Okay, enough about that. Let me just try to see if I can get Josh in to at least say something on this. Josh, if you're there, can you speak?
Yo, yeah, mate, what's up?
All right, tell me, everyone, can you mute yourselves except for Josh? Josh, what do you think about the whole Granit Xhaka thing? And would you sell him? Would you have sold him for 13 million pounds?
Well, this is a really tough decision, to be honest, because Arsenal don't really have squad depth, do we? So, but also on the other side, he's really, really rubbish, and he is not an Arsenal player. If you get what I mean, like, we should really have quality players, but he just makes mistakes after mistake. So, well,
Okay, let me keep it simple.
I don't know. It's really,
You have kept Xhaka, yes or no?
yes, I'll say yes.
Okay, so there you go. Your answer is there. Now, big up to Miss Melina in the chat. Melina, if you want to come on. Oh, you're working. Sorry. But yeah, enjoy the video while we're there. Next topic, guys, because we got a lot of stuff to get through. Gabriel Magalhaes is Arteta admits that Gabriel Magalhaes is still not yet in training, so he most likely will miss the beginning of the season and the first game at Brentford. So Gabriel Magalhaes is still injured, coming back from his duty over there in Brazil. So Gabriel will most likely miss the first game of the season.
If I ask you quickly, what happened to him, bro? What happened to him? What happened to Gabriel?
What happened to Gabriel? Gabriel got injured before the Olympic Games for Brazil. He was supposed to compete in the Olympic Games for Brazil. He got injured, and now he will not be playing in the opening. He may miss the opening day of the thing. There's still under 2 weeks left for the first game of the season. So as of right now, it looks like Arteta is speculating, and the official Arsenal website are speculating that he may miss the first game of the season. Thoughts?
Well, I'm gonna say something here. All right, we need him. All right, because apart from him, Ben White, there should be a backline for the season. Ben White and Gabriel Magalhaes. The rest of them are dog's breath. That's what they are. We've seen them in the preseasons. They ain't good enough. I'm sorry, they ain't good enough. They are not. Pablo Mari,
Holding.
Rob Holding, Callum Chambers, other centre backs ain't good enough to be playing for Arsenal. And it showed last season they were playing week in, week out, and we were poor. Rob Holding ain't good enough. I'm sorry. He should not be starting for Arsenal. He should be like fourth choice centre back at best. At best. Alright? He ain't good enough. If Gabriel Magalhaes or Ben White can't start for the first couple of games, we're in trouble because we got a difficult start, mate. Listen, Brentford is going to be a difficult game. Chelsea, Man City. Listen, so we got to hope and pray that he comes back for training in time, fully healthy, along with him and Ben White, because that Ben White partnership is going to be something formidable. I'll say good, not formidable, but good. It's going to be better than we had last season. It's an improvement. So we need Gabriel Magalhaes back for the immediate effect, bro. That's what I'm listening.
So Hall, if you want to come on, I can see your Sky Sports One. If you want to come on, you can come on, bro. He's saying is water wet. Of course. Anyone else want to talk about Gabriel's injury, or do you think it will be fine for the next 2 weeks? Eventually he'll come back and he'll play, but right now we'll be fine, don't you think? Anybody think that, or everyone's just miserable?
It is a big blow, to be honest, for us, because as some will say that Ben White and Gabriel Magalhaes are the two, the best, the centre backs. Even though still they haven't played together, but for me, I can see them pairing. So, Igal, what do you think if Kieran Tierney plays at that position and Tavares at left back? Can that one work for you? What do you think?
Say it again.
I say Ben White and Kieran Tierney as centre back. Yeah.
Ben White and Kieran Tierney. No, Kieran Tierney's not playing as center back, bro. Tierney's playing.
I know, but he's a leader, Kieran. I know that he's young, but I just ask you that what do you think about it? For me, that's my opinion.
Personally, he's staying in his position. He's not going to be. We're not going to be playing players out of position. We need to keep them in their rightful positions, and hopefully going forward, Kieran Tierney plays as a left back, and we don't have to play him as a center back for our foregoing future. And if he's injured, we have a backup in Tavares. But yeah, people in the chat, do me a favor, keep smashing that like button. Let's get this at least past 50 likes. We currently have 25, and we got about 69 people in the chat. So let's smash that like button, people, and let's keep it moving. Big up, Will. Where's Will at? I haven't seen him. But yo, let's continue. Aslan, what do you think about the whole Gabriel injury?
It's not good news, man, because I was expecting him and Ben White to be our centre-back partnership going into the new campaign. Yeah, so it's quite worrying. I mean, do we know what the length of his absence will be?
The length of his absence looks like it's going to be at least the first game of the season. They'll reevaluate it most likely within the next 2 weeks, but he could miss the first game of the season.
Okay, I mean, and look, just going back on our history of injuries, when it's a week, it ends up being a month. If it's 4 to 6 weeks, it ends up being double that. So yeah, I mean, I don't feel confident at all that he'll be back. But I mean, yeah, we'll wait and see what happens.
So Sky Sports Somalia, aka Sahal, says, "Ask everyone, is water wet?" Guys, is water wet? I'm assuming you're talking about Arsenal's injury.
Bro, is fire hot?
No, it's wet.
Oh,
what is this, man?
No, he's basically implying that Arsenal are doing the same old things, and like talking about Arsenal is like asking if water's wet, because you're gonna just see the same. The outcome is it's already common knowledge what the outcome is. But yeah, let's talk about the next thing: Thomas Partey's injury. So
my God, bro!
I know.
Oh, mate, we're screwed. We are screwed.
These stories are not good, guys. These stories are not good. But Arsenal manager has provided a concern over the update of the condition of Thomas Partey. he is quite concerned over the condition of Thomas Partey. Now, Arteta has provided an update on that, but guess what? Another story came out later in the day, yesterday, and a certain PR machine that does stuff for Arsenal has said he's dropped a hint that Thomas Partey's extent of his injury is thankful that he might return quicker than he thought, and his injury actually might not be as bad as we first thought it would be. So it does look like there's some bad news, but the good news is his injury doesn't seem like it's as bad as we first expected it to be. And even though he rolled his ankle and it looks like a really bad ankle sprain, it doesn't look like he broke his ankle. It doesn't look like he hurt it that bad. And an ankle sprain, everybody can come back quick. Certain people can come back quicker than others from that type of ankle sprain, right? It's not every single day that you hear that people are going to be completely injured for months on months because of an ankle sprain. So thank God it's just a sprain. Ankle doesn't look like it's broken, but this is not the Arsenal team telling us this. This is just one of the PR machines for Arsenal. They recently put out a lot of stuff in regards to Arsenal calming down people. So I do understand that could just be this case. But when I hear stuff like this, I'm more inclined to believe it when they work so closely with the club. And when they're saying stuff like, hey, Thomas Partey's ankle sprain is not as bad as we first thought it would be, thank God. Because the doctor who gave that analysis of 4 to 6 weeks was just looking at a picture. He hasn't really spoken to Thomas Partey. He doesn't know what it's like. So from our first inkling of seeing this image, let me get the image up on the screen. It does.
Yeah, but Miguel, it's past 48 hours. Why haven't we officially heard from the club and from the club's medical team?
We've heard from the Thomas Partey's PR office. Thomas Partey's people on his side have dropped the hint that it's not that bad. The extent of the injury, they're thankful that the injury is not as bad as they first thought it would be.
Unbelievable.
So this has not come from the club, but this has come from Thomas Partey's camp.
Sophie, sorry to cut off you, Gal, but on everyone's saying in the comments, but it's gone off on social media about breaking news. Sorry about that.
Whatever's going on with breaking news, we'll get there. We're gonna, bro. If you look in the description, you can see that I've already added that to the comments, to the description. When I get to Martinez, we'll get there. We'll get there, people.
Yo.
We'll get there. So, guys, what do we think about Thomas Partey's injury not being as bad as we first thought? I have some information for you. What's the information?
We are screwed.
How long will he be not playing?
It looks like he will be out for a couple weeks, to say the least. But he's probably not going to play until the first game of the season. And if he is fit to play the first game of the season, we will know well before the first game of the season. At the moment, an ankle sprain, guys, if this was a Champions League final, he'd play the next day. Just so you know. He's not that hurt. Aslan, you're going to say something?
Bro, look, again, there isn't an official statement from the club. We're just speculating on what he said, what she said. Yeah, the way that this information has been provided by his camp, I don't know, bro. Like, it just sounds like we're gonna be rushing him back. And look, our first 3 games: Brentford away, Chelsea at home, Man City away. So if we rush him back for that Chelsea game, yeah, and then it's just going to be repeated patterns on what we did last season, bro. Look what happened when we rushed him back for that Tottenham game away. How long did he survive in that game?
He didn't survive that long, honestly. You're right.
So, again, bro, I've been saying it for the longest. Repeated patterns. All I'm seeing is these people are just thinking inside the box. They're not thinking outside the box. Yeah? And now that he's injured, I mean, I know I said earlier that we're not going to be buying a central midfielder, yeah? But if we did, again, I would be happy that a midfielder's coming in, but it would we can't ignore the fact that because this injury happened is the reason behind it. So again, this shows and proves that we are a reactive club in the transfer window, and we don't approach it by being proactive.
Yeah, Will. So Will, if you just to catch you up, we're talking about Thomas Partey's injury. It looks like Thomas Partey's team have dropped a hint that his injury is not as bad as we first thought it would be. As you guys can see in this challenge, he rolled his ankle. He got an ankle sprain, and it looks like he's going to be fine, hopefully for the first game of the season. And then I'm just going to rotate the panel. Samuel, I'm going to take you out, man. Thank you for coming on, bro. Appreciate it. Yeah, Sahal's going to come in, and Will's here. So, yeah, guys, what do you think about the injury? Thomas Partey,
Hello, everybody. Thank you for having me. I'm sorry for being late. But what's it called? When it comes to the Partey stuff, we should honestly be happy in the sense that it's not a long-term injury, you know, because these things could be bad, as we saw from that one doctor who tweeted that out who said like 4 to 6 weeks. I feel like we should be grateful that it's nothing too serious and he should be back on soon. And I saw someone in the chat said, would you take a 70% Partey in Brentford? I personally would say I would wait for him to fully heal before we get him back in the team. And as well as we also have Lukongo. Lukongo was balling out the moment that he came on during the second half for Partey. And I feel like this is the time where we see Lukongo shine right now with Partey being injured.
There you go. And Sahal, you're muted. Okay, go ahead, bro.
Yo, what's it called? Partey being injured, I mean, I just feel like it's a bad news, but at least he'll be back quickly, hopefully. We have to deal with Xhaka and Anelny while he's injured. I mean, hopefully, maybe this means we panic buy a midfielder. So that's probably the only positive I can see with it. So I'm just praying we panic buy a midfielder, Basuma, any one of them, because Xhaka and Anelny ain't good enough.
I don't think you want to panic buy anybody when it comes to for Arsenal, because our panic buys have never been great. But Sahal, if you can keep yourself muted, for some reason there's too much background noise, and I've kicked people out for less. Now, let's get back to the people in the chat. What I'll die on the hill that Partey's always getting injured. Partey's hard remix was a curse. Oh shit. Yo, stop this, Dizzy. Willian is still an Arsenal player. Shit. Okay, yo, you guys, why are you guys so negative? Like, I'm trying here. Okay, enough about Thomas Partey. Next, let's talk about Freddie Woodman. We've spoken about backup goalkeeper situation. We've spoken about a lot of goalkeepers. So today, let me introduce you guys to one of the goalkeepers that I originally wanted Arsenal to go after. Freddie Woodman would cost around £10 million, right? He would be a possible second string goalkeeper for us. He's currently Newcastle's third string goalkeeper. His father used to play for the club. His father used to actually be one of the people who used to coach. He was one of the coaches that was sacked last year, actually. And Freddie Woodman is currently at Newcastle. He would be around £10 million for Arsenal to purchase. He would be an English alternative to Johnston or Ramsdale. He would cost nowhere near the price that they're quoting for Ramsdale, and he would only be £10 million. And I quite like the fact that we could get him. But yeah, personally, I think people are going to see this and they'll be like, why are we getting the third string goalkeeper from Newcastle? But I'm looking at it as we're getting an up and coming young kid who's played over 60 games, over 70 games in 2 seasons in the championship. And he'd be coming in more experienced than Runnerson, immediately much better than Runnerson. And he's touted to be one of the best young goalkeepers up and coming right now. And Newcastle have 3 goalkeepers. So what's the chances Newcastle holds on to him? We don't know. But if Newcastle are trying to raise funds to buy Joe Willock, this could be one of those possible options. And if we want, we could just buy him straight up. He only costs 10 million approximately anyways. So if there's any more information that you need to know about the guy, let me know. I'll let you know right now. But I think this guy is the guy that we should go after as the backup goalkeeper at this moment, because he does have scope to grow to become a number 1 goalkeeper, and he's a big unit, and he's played a lot of games in the championship. So Let's just see. But I'm going to throw it over to you, Muhtin. Muhtin, we've spoken about Freddie Woodman a lot. Have you heard anything about him?
No, bro, I'll be honest with you. It's the first time that hearing him. Which team does he play? Swansea. Is it Swansea?
He plays for Swansea, but he's the Newcastle goalkeeper. He's currently the Newcastle third string goalkeeper. He was the starting goalkeeper for Swansea, and he'd come in and he'd be the backup goalkeeper for Arsenal. He would not be starting, he'd be the backup.
Yeah, okay, I get you. If he's a good player and at his age, I can see that. I think he's young. For me, instead of getting Ramsdale for that million or even Johnston, I think Johnston is 28 years old. Even him is older than, he's older. As a backup for me, yes, for this guy, I'll take. If he's good, bro.
Yeah, there you go. Yo, Mo, thanks for coming on, Mo, but I can't have you on today. We're just going to be talking about a lot of transfers. So I'm going to keep it moving. Guys, has anybody heard of him? Freddie Woodman.
I have.
Once I got one thing to say about the goalkeeper situation. Right now, I would rather get a backup goalkeeper and Onana and let Leno just leave, because honestly, after that game against Chelsea, we know his distribution is rubbish. Leno, he can't pass 5 yards. He doesn't fit our system. He's an average goalkeeper in stats and everything. I think it's time to move on for Leno. We should have done it a year ago, and now we're regretting it. It's time to move on for Leno, to get Onana in and get a backup English goalkeeper. Doesn't matter who it is. Get Freddie Woodman, get Sam Johnston. It doesn't matter. Get anyone in. And I don't care Onana is not going to play for majority of the season. It's worth taking a risk at this point because he ain't that good, Leno, anyways. And we got other issues in the back line anyways, like a right back. So I want to sort out the goalkeeper. Of course, a right back is essential and a DM is essential. For me personally, I'd rather have those 3 positions sorted than getting a James Maddison. But that's what Arsenal are going to do. So personally, I would get Onana in, Freddie Woodman. The second goalkeeper doesn't matter, but the first goalkeeper matters more. So that's my opinion about the situation at goalkeeper.
You got a mixed feelings here. You got one guy saying he's a shot stopper. He's not a playmaker. And you got Uncle Laurie saying preach, Sahal. So people are backing you. They agree with your point. I'm gonna go with Will. Will, you've heard of Fred Woodman. Would you take him? Well, Mo, I know you're in the background. You're a Manchester United fan. I won't be taking rivals on today, but I'll bring you on another time, brother. Okay. Thanks for coming.
So from what I know of Woodman is I've seen him play a couple times, and I've also done my research on him himself, and he's got really good reflexes. He kind of reminds me of sort of like a Martinez-esque with his reflexes and his diving, because if I'm not wrong, he's almost the same height as Martinez, correct? But I feel like for 10 mil, bro, I think that's a steal, because this kid's still young. He can still learn. He's still gonna adapt, and with the right coaching and stuff like that, he could be really good. And someone else said it in the chat as well too. He's more of a shot stopper versus a playmaker versus someone who could actually move the ball around. So I feel like that's the only negative here. But overall, this kid's a baller. I'm pretty sure he was like
He's 6'2".
He's how tall?
6'2".
Oh, 6'2". He's still pretty tall. But I think he'd be a great signing, to be honest, especially as a backup. He's miles ahead of Renarsen. He's miles ahead of Okonkwo. And him himself as a backup would be ideal. He's also pretty fast from what I've seen when it comes to him getting off the line. He's actually pretty quick at that, which is something that we'd really need, especially during set pieces.
Yeah, big up Kangaroo Man show in the house. Big up Kangaroo Man. Okay, Azan, thumbs up or thumbs down on buying Newcastle's third string goalkeeper?
Yeah, thumbs up, man. I mean, if he's a backup choice, cool, get it done. I can't say more because I don't know too much about him. Get it done ASAP.
Muhtin, you've already said your piece, so we're going to keep it moving from that, guys. Enough about that goalkeeper. Now moving on to the next goalkeeper, Ramsdale. We've spoken about Ramsdale so much. Let me just give you guys a quick update. TalkSport recently said that Arsenal is still keen in Ramsdale, but also Burnley and Watford are also interested in Ramsdale. There you go. So it just goes to show you. Now, here we go, people. It's time to talk about him. Time to talk about James Maddison. It's gonna be an interesting conversation. Let's talk about James Maddison. So first things first, what do we need to know about the whole James Maddison situation? A lot has changed over the past 48, 24 hours with the whole James Maddison situation. One, James Maddison, the bids are starting to come in. I'm starting to hear about informal bids being spoken about behind the scenes for Arsenal and James Maddison. We're also hearing that Arsenal are prepared to have offered their first bid, which is a swap deal plus cash. And also it is starting to heat up because you know that when Brendan Rodgers starts talking about it, when the coach of the player who we are supposedly linked to buying starts speaking about the player, you know shit's going down. So first things first, let me explain everything before we go any deeper. Brendan Rodgers has recently said that James Maddison is only missing today's preseason game because of his wife's child's birth. Nothing to do with transfer talks between Arsenal or Leicester. I don't know anything about transfer talks. Only reason why he's missed this game is because of his child's birth. That's one. Two, he's also spoken about James Maddison and his relationship and how they are. He's like, he has a fine relationship with James Maddison. In addition to that, they asked him some transfer rumors and he says he doesn't speak about transfer rumors. So this is what came from Brendan Rodgers. Now, let's talk about what's happened today. What's happened today around 1 p.m. today, UK time, we found out that there's starting to make movement. Arsenal are starting to make movement on approachments and bids to Leicester for James Maddison. Leicester have set their price between 60 to 80 mil for James Maddison. Arsenal are prepared today to submit a bid of a player plus cash deal for James Maddison. It is reported by Chris Wheatley that they have already submitted their first bid. It's been reported by numerous outlets also that Arsenal have made a formal bid to Leicester. It could be a situation where this is an informal bid and we're hearing about it, or it could be a situation where it is a formal bid and we're hearing about it. Either way, we don't know if it's a formal bid or if it's informal bid, but what we know is the first offer has come in for James Maddison. It is a player plus cash deal. It is spoken about to be about £40 million plus a player. It could be either Reece Nelson, it could be either Ainsley Maitland-Niles or Reece Nelson, one of those two players. I don't know. I don't think it's Eddie Nketiah because they just signed a striker. So at the moment, there's not enough information to take everything together. Now, Fabrizio Romano is live right now with his transfer news story, and he just recently said some stuff about James Maddison, saying the deal could still happen. He feels like Arsenal are making progress towards the deal. That's pretty much all he said from the updates that I'm seeing on Twitter. But at the moment, this is what the story has. This is how it's progressed, and it's gone from AFC Bell saying that we've spoken to the player about contracts to now the first bid basically coming in for him. So what are you guys saying? James Maddison, the first offer for James Maddison is now on the table. James Maddison's Arsenal looks like it's heating up, and I'm excited. I'm gonna let Will go first. Will, what do you got to say?
So, bro, I'm actually really excited for Maddison. I think he's a great player. He's not only good with his passing range and his vision, but he's also really good when it comes to finishing. So having him added to the squad is going to be amazing. And I don't know if you've seen this update yet, but in the Fabrizio stream, it's McCormick's something, McCormick Mike or something like that. He was on there and he said that Arsenal are prioritizing on a number 10 and a number 9. So there's that update right there for you.
Interesting. Nice. Next, Aslan, what do you think about the whole James Maddison situation?
Yeah, look, I mean, I would welcome the signing because I do feel that we need a player in that attacking midfield position ahead of Smith Rowe. He's around 5 years Smith Rowe senior, so him coming in would be an example for Smith Rowe to look up to, because unfortunately he hasn't had anyone in the last year or so for that being the case. As far as like the transfer fee goes, I don't care. whether we pay 40 mil, 50 mil, 60 mil, whether we offer a player plus cash deal, just get it done. Get it done, because we're 10 days away from our opening game of the season. And, you know, the lack of signing, you know, the only 3 signings that we've made is not enough. We need to hurry up. And, you know, like just his overall player profile, I concur with Will, what he explained about him. So, yeah, you know, basically I welcome it, but I want it done ASAP.
Enough said. And big up to all 127 people watching. I was going to say 127 million. I wish. Anyways, Martin, what are you saying?
Yeah, bro. For me, at that position, Cam is a position that we really need. To be honest, if we get Maddison, for me, I will be very happy. I think we should. At that position, they have Ricardo. You know, they have right back. But if for me, what I will do is that Ainsley Maitland-Niles and Willock plus 40 million if they accept. Maybe. Yeah.
Okay. Interesting. Okay, what about you, Sahal? What are you saying?
Yo, guys, honestly, as I said before, if we sign James Maddison, it's just papering over the cracks of our bigger squad issues. I would like him at the squad, but unfortunately, you know how Arsenal are like. If we signed him for big money, we don't have money for the rest of the areas. And if you give me an option, Sahal, let's say you have a choice: buy James Maddison, or you can sort out the right back, goalkeeper, and DM area. I will take that the other side any day of the week. So in my ideal world, we will not buy James Maddison. And people, you're getting it confused. AK, James Maddison is not playing Cam. He's gonna play on the left. Look at his heat map. Look who's playing on the left on our preseason games. We've been playing literally everyone but Pepe there. Why? Why is this the case? Because Arteta doesn't want Pepe on the left. He prefers a left footer on the right side. He wants a right footer on the left side. He wants the City system, and the City system does the exact same thing. They like right footers on the left side. So he's a right footer. James Maddison was start on the left. He tried Smith Rowe, but Smith Rowe didn't play well on the left that day. If you look at James Maddison's heat map, he mostly plays on the left wing. So we actually buying a left winger here. And my opinion is I don't think it's necessary because we got bigger problems in the squad.
Do you mind if I contradict what Sahal said, Igal? Is that cool with you?
1 second. I'm just going to have to read a super chat, and I'm just going to have to get this. Is it 100% true that Fabrizio Romano just said that there's no official bid for James Maddison? Because that's also what I've been saying. These are informal bids that everyone is speaking about. No one has officially put a formal bid for James Maddison. But at the moment, if that is true, thank you for that comment, my friend. I appreciate it. Yo, Z1. Appreciate that. I'll let people know. And then we got to get to the super chat before I go to you, Will. I just tuned in, my bro. I still don't believe we will get Maddison or Martinez. I'm not saying that we can't, but this is too good to be true. I hear that. I completely hear that. But the thing about Maddison, there is 100% truth to the Maddison thing. And the Martinez situation, he is available. Inter are looking to get rid of. Inter are open to the idea of selling him. If they sell Lukaku, forget about it. But if they don't sell Lukaku, we still might be able to get Martinez and Maddison. But at the moment, Maddison is more of a priority to me. Will, you're going to say something?
Yeah, what I wanted to say was that what Sahal was saying about Maddison. Maddison didn't play as a winger for Leicester, what he did is he played in a 4-3-3 system as a left center mid. So he did occupy the whole left side, as well as when you said that Emil Smith-Rowe wasn't that good on the left side. I beg to differ because when we had Emil Smith-Rowe on the left side versus the Spurs game, Tierney and Emil Smith-Rowe, bro, they were having a ballpark against Doherty and Bale. Like we were just completely saucing them. But I feel that if we do end up getting Maddison, it's gonna put us in a position where we're able to run a 4-3-3 with either having Maddison and Emil Smith-Rowe. Because I feel like right now what Arteta is doing is he's trying to mold his style to the Pep style, which that's what Pep does. You know, he has one defensive midfielder and two creative / box-to-box midfielders with Kevin De Bruyne or the Gundogan or Bernardo Silva. And I feel like that's kind of what Arteta is trying to go for with Maddison going on the left center mid with Emil Smith-Rowe on the right, because the best we've seen Emil Smith-Rowe was when he was with Saka on the right side. And again, Maddison, he's left-sided heavy, yeah, but he it's mainly because he was playing as a left center mid for Leicester.
So why can we not? That's what I'm saying. Why can we not play him? That's what I'm saying. That's what I think Arteta wants to play him. The left side winger, whatever you want to call him, left midfielder of. I don't think Arteta is changing the system, by the way, because we don't have a true DM either. So I think we're gonna stay with our formation that we have, a 4-2-3-1 formation. That's gonna be our formation for next year. So I believe that James Maddison will start left, Emil Smith-Rowe cam, Saka on the right, Aubameyang through the middle. That's our forward line for Arteta. He probably prefer a back to the goal striker like Laka, but unfortunately, I don't think we're gonna get Martinez. Is not even that either. He's more of a Aubameyang. He likes to run onto chances, so I'm not sure why we're going after him either. So yet again, the transfer, it doesn't make sense what we're doing.
The thing about Martinez, though, is that he's a complete forward, Sahal. He doesn't just like to run it behind. He's good when it comes to holding out play. Like, he's a strong player. Like, if you look at his physicality, my guy could hold out the play like Laka does, and he could also run in behind, as well as he's a major aerial threat. But towards the end of the day, these are all just speculations, and there's been rumors that these things are true, but I feel like we should just wait it out to see what happens. And then also with Arteta, we all really don't know exactly how we're going to play, because he did say in interviews that he wants to run a 4-3-3, but then again, he's switched from a 4-3-3 to a false 9 to a 4-2-3-1 to a 4-4-2 to a 3-back, so it's kind of up in the air, and I feel like the more this unfolds, the more we're going to understand where Maddison and will be playing, as well as how Lautaro will be playing,
Okay, so there's a comment here. I want to go to this comment, but Azan, I want to throw it to you. What do you think about this whole situation, mate? And also, apparently Bayern Munich are after Sabitzer for the 15 million deal now.
What you want me to talk more about Maddison?
Yeah, Maddison, yeah. But I just wanted to mention that quickly.
Bro, look, like I said, I would welcome the signing. Yeah. Now that the news about Grealish, the links and rumors are heating up about him potentially moving to City, he's unavailable. So Maddison is like plan B for me, right? Now, we were told for the longest that Arsenal had options 1, 2, and 3 for all the positions that we were looking to address this summer. Yeah. Okay. Now, if Maddison is option 1 for like from the club's perspective, from Arteta's perspective, if Maddison is option 1, go get it done. Stop dilly-dallying. Yeah. There's 10 days to go. I don't like, how much more do I need to mention this? There's 10 days to go. And we're going into the new campaign unprepared, half-hearted once again. I'm seeing the same repeated patterns. And I don't care about what the rival teams are up to. All the teams that finished above us last season, what they're up to. Look, let me just give you this analogy.
Okay.
If you've got a home, right, and you know it needs improving, whether you need an extension, whether you need to decorate it from the inside, refurbish it, get some new furniture, I don't know, your garden needs redoing, landscaping, are you going to wait for what your next door neighbor on either side of you or behind you or in front of you are doing? You don't. If you know you need improvements for your house, for your property, you would just do it, wouldn't you? So I don't care about what Man City have or haven't spent. I don't care about what Man United, Chelsea, Liverpool, Tottenham, Leicester. I don't care what they have and haven't spent. I worry about my club, our club, Arsenal Football Club. Bro, we've only made 2 squad depth signings. Cool, they've been addressed. We've all agreed and discussed on many occasions that these positions need to be filled. Cool, yeah? Centre back, okay, it's done, yeah? Some of us have said we did need a centre back. Some of us said we didn't, yeah? But the midfield hasn't been addressed. The right back position hasn't been addressed. The goalkeeping position, whether it's first choice or backup choice, hasn't been addressed. We're 10 days away from Brentford away, man. And then our second game is against Chelsea and then Man City. Bro, I'm expecting minimum 5 points. Minimum 5 points. If we get less than that, yeah, we have gone into the season and sacrificed points that we should be getting maximum points from the get-go. We're sacrificing those points once again, yeah? And then come end of the season, I'm going to hear, we were only so many points away from top 4. Then I'm going to look back to the opening 3 games, you know? Then I'm going to look back to how we were in this summer transfer, you know? It's unbelievable, man. Unbelievable. Big boy Arsenal Football Club are acting like some League 2 team, bro. Unbelievable. That's all I have to say about the matter.
All right, enough said. Enough about that. Now moving on to the next topic. Rahdeen, you already spoke about James Maddison, right? Yeah, you already did. You spoke plenty.
I already did, bro. I already did, yeah.
All right. Arsenal are in talks with what's his name? Marcus Asensio. Arsenal, Tottenham, and Liverpool are all interested in signing Real Madrid's midfielder, according to Todd Falesus, their newspaper article over in Portugal. So the sources coming out of Portugal are that.
Igal, sorry. Look, Terence Tibbs. If you heard me correctly, I said from our opening 3 games, yeah, you get maximum 3 points per game, 1 point for a draw, and 0 points if you lose. I said from the first 3 games, Brentford, Chelsea, and Man City, I'm expecting 5 points minimum. Yeah, so go and clean out your ears and hear what I said correctly before you start typing that rubbish in the chat box. Joke, man.
Okay, I don't know where that came from. Okay, continue. Now, when it comes to Asensio, I personally think this story is not true. I don't think we're actually in for Asensio, because somebody asked in the comment section a few minutes ago, are the rumors to Asensio legitimate? I don't think we are actually seriously in for Asensio. I think the Asensio situation is that there's been a link from a Portuguese newspaper. I don't know how close the Portuguese news outlet is to the Spaniard who currently plays in Spain for Real Madrid. If anyone was going to break the story and I would trust it, it would have to be Marca, even though I don't trust Marca myself as a newspaper article. So I'm just letting you guys know that the realistic possibility of us getting Isco is very small, but it does make some sense. But just because it makes sense doesn't mean it's true. That's what I got to say. So I'm going to caveat, it makes sense, but it doesn't mean it's true. It doesn't mean that the outlet, you can actually trust the outlet. This is the same outlet that said James Maddison could be getting a new deal. So how reliable are they? We don't know. So we'll have to find out. But at the moment, the story is Isco is on Arsenal's possible wish list, with Liverpool and Tottenham also looking at him. He's a left winger. I don't know why Tottenham would be after him if he's a left winger. They have one of the best left wingers in Son already. But yeah, let me go to you, Will. Will, what are you saying? Would you take Isco at Arsenal? Yes. First of all, real news or fake news?
I think it's fake news, to be honest with you. Right now, with everything that's going on at Madrid, with players falling out of favor and stuff like that, I feel like these things are just to be able to get the club to be on their toes and, you know, to give them an extension and stuff. Because from what I'm hearing in Madrid, there's a lot of people that are looking to be benched. There's a lot of people that are looking to sell. There's a lot of people that are looking to get rid of. And I feel like this is just one of those agent talks and stuff like that. But if it were up to me, would I take Marco Asensio? I know he's very injury prone, and the injuries he does end up picking up are long-term injuries. Same with Isco. Isco's a very amazing dribbler. Don't get it twisted. These guys are very talented, but would they fit in our system? I don't think so. Would they fit in the Premier League? I don't think so.
There you go. Okay. Next, I'm gonna go to you, Muhtin. Do you think this is real news or fake news?
For me, I think it's fake news. And also to add on that one, for me, I don't think that Marco Asensio is. Yeah, he's a great player, but for me, I will prefer him someone else at that position, to be honest. Yeah, so even if it's true for me, I don't want him.
There you go. And then Azan, final point. Just try to stay on.
Asensio, bro. Any other year, I would take him. But look, again, I've made it clear that I don't want us to buy any single player from Real Madrid or Barcelona from this day forth. For me, they can both burn to the ground. I despise both clubs, and I don't want any other players from their current squads. So no, I don't want him.
Okay, you don't want him. Understood. Now, I personally, the thing is, I would take Asensio because I still think he's a baller, but I don't think this article is telling the truth. So let's move on from this whole thing, right? Now, moving on from Asensio, I have a lot of stories to go through, so I'm just gonna go through them quick fire, okay? So first things first. I'm gonna pick one of you three, and then I'm just gonna tell you the story, and you can give me your feedback. But not everyone's gonna get a chance to speak on it. First things first. You got Aziz is not expected to go on loan. Will, how do you feel about that?
I'm absolutely happy about that. He's a great player, and I feel like we should give him some game time for us this season.
There you go. So Aziz, guys, if you guys don't know who Aziz is, Aziz played in that game recently against Watford. He scored the goal. He scored the final goal in that game from outside the box. He played quite well. Hopefully he gets a chance in this midfield this season. A lot of people would play him over El Neni. So that's the story. Miguel Aziz will be staying at the club this summer. Next story. I'm going to go to you, AK. Joe Willock. Newcastle hope to seal the deal for Joe Willock this coming week. What do you think about that deal?
Bro, look, I don't want to send him out on loan. I don't want to sell him. Everyone knows my thoughts on Joe Willock. He was sent out on loan to Newcastle, and in those 6 months, he balled out. People can say he was on a purple patch. Cool. But for me, he ticked all the boxes, and he proved that he's capable of balling in the top flight of football in the Premier League, right? And last season, we had a major issue of our midfielders not scoring or contributing goals from midfield, yeah? Out of our midfield, Lucas Torreira, Mohamed El Neni, Granit Xhaka, Thomas Partey, Emil Smith-Rowe, Ainsley Maitland-Niles. Well, I mean, he's technically a midfielder, but we've utilised him as more of a fullback, as a right back and a left back, yeah? majority of his career at Arsenal. Out of those 6 midfielders, who's contributing into goals, bro?
Not many of them.
Exactly. Who are we linked to now from the back of the news of us extending Granit Xhaka's new contract? Who are we linked to apart from
James Maddison? We're going to get into some of those links in a second.
All right, cool. But my point is, none of these midfielders that we have currently within our squad contribute and into scoring goals. Joe Willock does. Yeah? So that says it all for me. He proved his worth, him going out on loan for that second half of last season. Yeah? We need to keep him. If we're not bringing any other number eights, central midfielders this summer, we need to keep Joe Willock.
Okay.
That's my thoughts on him. So,
okay, Mahdeen, you're getting the next one. The next one is going to be very simple. We're not going to get to Lautaro Martinez yet, but the next one is a very simple story. I just need to ask you straight up: is it a yes? Is it a no? What do you think we're going to do with the whole situation revolving around? Where is it? Let me find it. Where is it? Oh, Tammy Abraham. Do you think Arsenal are going to go anywhere near Tammy Abraham at this point, or do you think the whole Tammy Abraham thing was fake the whole time?
Look, for me, I think it was real. As you know that Lacazette is getting older, and also Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. And as what we are seeing now, I think Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang hasn't done very well. I know that it was only pre-season, but I think it was true. But I hope we don't get him. I hope, man, because wallahi, he is not the level of Arsenal, man. I'm not lying to you, man. West Ham, yes, Aston Villa, those sort of things. He's the type of striker that needs 10 chances to score 1 goal. So for me, I hope we don't get him.
Okay. So finally, guys, we've done all that. Now it's time to move on to the final topic. We're going to talk about Lautaro Martinez. We're going to talk about this deal. We're going to talk about the likelihood of getting Martinez, right? And how likely it is for this deal to happen. Now, first things first. How true do you think? Do you guys have skepticism over this deal possibly happening? Because the Lukaku deal happening, if that happens, this can't happen. This is dead. If Lukaku goes to Chelsea, this deal's dead. And from everything I'm hearing, Lukaku to Chelsea looks almost done. And if Lukaku to Chelsea is almost done, you can forget about getting Martinez. I'm sorry. You can completely forget about getting Martinez. Martinez to Arsenal will not happen if Lukaku to Chelsea is actually finished and over the line. But at the moment, Lukaku to Chelsea is not completed. And Arsenal are still in the driving seat to get Martinez. It looks like if they were going to sell one of the two, they would be more open to sell Martinez than they would to be selling Lukaku, because Lukaku is more valuable to them. He's overall a better player for them. Martinez has a release clause, and his contract has 2 years left. And if he doesn't renew his contract, they're going to be losing him on a free anyways. So to them, Martinez is the guy they want to hold on to. They want to sell, and Lukaku is the guy they want to hold on to. But the question is Arsenal the landing spot for Martinez? Now, I'm going to, just before anybody goes, let me give you the full story. So Fabrizio Romano today, literally just a couple minutes ago, was on his stream, and he was talking about Lautaro Martinez, and he said, let me get it up. Fabrizio Romano said on his stream today, when he was talking about Lautaro Martinez, that Arsenal Football Club, where is it? Arsenal are ready to offer a package for Martinez if he is happy to come to Arsenal. So Arsenal are ready to offer the deal to Martinez. The wages for Martinez won't be an issue. The issue now will be if Inter Milan accept the bids that we would be sending over to them, because we would not want to pay the full valuation of the 65 million. What we would want to do is probably give them a Bellerin plus cash. And if they give us, and if we give them Bellerin plus cash, will they accept it? Do they value Bellerin enough for them to accept 40 million plus Hector Bellerin? Which would mean Hector Bellerin at that point would cost around 25 million. I don't think so. So if we give them 50 million plus Hector Bellerin, would they do it? That would mean Hector Bellerin would be subsequently costing around 15 million because they value the player at 65 million. Would that work? These swap deals are very difficult to get done, but we will see how it works if we can do it. And you know what? Would we offer Lacazette? Would we offer Aubameyang? Because I see some of you guys in the chat talking about Aubameyang as a possible option. Now, here's the original source. The Metro said the Gunners are targeting Lautaro Martinez for 65 million, and Inter are interested in selling Martinez for 65 million this summer if they can get the right offer. Also, Fabrizio Romano reporting that the bid could be happening soon, and there could be a package being sent over to Martinez for his wages. We've gotten reports about his wages demands. We've gotten reports that he will turn down a new bid, a new offer from Inter. We've gotten reports that Martinez is keen to move on from Inter if the right opportunity comes along. We've gotten reports that Inter's financial situation is still difficult, even though they sold Hakimi, and if they sell Lukaku to Chelsea, forget about it. Deal's done. But if they don't, and Chelsea get Haaland or somebody else or Kane, and Lukaku doesn't leave, Lautaro Martinez could become an Arsenal player by the end of the summer. Let me throw it to you, Aslan. What do you think? All that sounds great. Personally, would you take him? Because I would take him, but I don't think it's going to happen. I think it's going to be extremely difficult for this deal to take place. But let me throw it to you, Aslan. You go first. What do you think?
Yeah, look, I haven't really watched him like that. I mean, I've only checked him out in the YouTube compilation videos and just like looked at his stats last season. He's a profile of a player that, I would definitely take. He's at a very good age, 23 currently. He's going to be 24 in about 2-3 weeks' time. And yeah, you know, like I get like the Alexis Sanchez vibes, you know, in terms of style of play. Like he's a warrior on the pitch. He can use both feet, and he's good aerially as well. So both pegs, and he can use both pegs and his nut. And yeah, you know, look, I would welcome the signing, but again, look, why do we have to, as a club, wait for what Chelsea are looking to do with the Lukaku situation? You know, if we're supposedly interested in him, why aren't we going all out and getting it done as soon as possible? Because, like you said, if Chelsea get Lukaku this summer, do we really believe that Inter are going to sell their second striker as well, and then cause an issue for them to go and hunt for bringing in minimum a striker, possibly two? Like, why does there have to be some sort of like domino effect? Why can't we put our foot forward first and get things going? So look, I'll be real with you. I don't think it's going to happen. If Inter sell Lukaku, if Chelsea make the Lukaku signing first, that, you know, I don't feel confident whatsoever. But you know, like in terms of getting a striker, what's going on with the Aubameyang or Lacazette situation? Because throughout the whole summer, we were led to believe that we had to sell in order to buy. You know, like in today's stream, I've been banging on about the lack of signings for the first team that we've addressed. But what about our outgoings? We've done all the easy work, bro. We've done all the easy work. We released David Luiz because his contract ran out. We sent back the two loanees that we had in Ceballos and Odegaard back to Real Madrid. We sent out 3 players on loan: Mavropanos, Saliba, Guendouzi. We've done all the easy work. Where's the hard work? Is Edu, Vinay, Arteta earning their salary? In my perspective, they're not. Right? So it's a major worry. It's a major worry. Yeah, so I'm not entertaining it whatsoever. That's how I feel.
Yeah, facts. Will just sent me something about Torreira training in Madrid. I really don't give a shit about Torreira, man. That guy, he has no heart. He does not want to compete, man. When he first came, I thought this guy was a warrior. He puts his life on the line for the team. But it just seems like if he's not first choice, he throws his toys out the pram, as people say over here in the UK. But yeah, continue, Will. What's your take on Lautaro Martinez?
So I've watched Lautaro Martinez play, and I've been a big fan ever since he left Argentina to go play over there. He's a great profile player. He actually would fit in our system perfectly. He's, again, a complete forward, could play as a target man as well as a running behind striker. And when it comes to the whole links and stuff like that, you never really know with Arsenal. You know, we always get a bunch of journalists just talking without sources and stuff. But I see like some reliable sources, but I see some other. And going off of what Azam was saying, I completely agree with him, man. Why do we have to wait for another club to go for Lukaku? Why don't we just completely go all out? Offer Inter what they want for Lautaro, get Lautaro, and that puts Chelsea in a bad situation because they won't be able to sell Lukaku if Lautaro leaves, you know. But from what I understand is that Inter Milan, they see Lukaku as the guy that they want to keep. Versus Lautaro Martinez, they're not really like trying to push for him to stay. But I also know that the wages that Lautaro Martinez was asked for were wages that Inter Milan themselves they can't meet, because I think he wanted 100 to 120,000 a week, which again Inter can't meet. But when it comes to this, again, we hear news outlets saying that the interest is true, but in the end of the day, it's going to come down to a situation whether the club itself has the ambition to push for it and get it done versus the whole like Chelsea thing. And then that really does bother me too, Aslan. Like, why do we have to wait? Like, why can't we be more assertive? Why can't we be more aggressive? Because in this, it's just looking like we're gonna wait to see if Chelsea land them. If we land them, we're done. We lose in this case. But I feel like we should just go all out for him. I would accept him. I would take him at the club. I feel like he'd do way better than Laka and Alba combined. But it's one of those things. Again, we gotta wait to see and hope this is true and hope we get him.
What about the interesting fact? Is it possible that if we do get Maddison, can we still get Lautaro Martinez? Or do you think if we got Martinez, we would hinder ourselves of getting Maddison? Because I'm just thinking we can't get both, can we?
Yeah. Also, it is 100 million, right? If it's 100 million, for me, I don't think that we can get both, man. But for me, what I would like is that, for me, we need, first of all, Maddison. But let us not forget that there are some positions that we want desperately, you know, like right back, you know, also sent a midfielder. I want us to sign this player who plays for Lyon, Bruno. I don't know his other name, Bruno.
Bruno Guimarães. How did I forget to mention him? He was on the docket, but there's just so much stuff that came out today that we've gone way over an hour and we haven't even covered every story. So people, if you want to talk more about the stories in the comment section, you guys can do that. And if you have anything that you want to tell me, you can leave a comment down below after the video and smash that like button. I really appreciate everybody who've watched the video today. I just need to go. I need to go because I have work after this. But I'm going to tell you this, Muhtin, Bruno Guimarães, this will be our last topic for the day. He's a good player. We're not going to get him. You want to know why? Because he's at Lyon. He's a crucial part of their team. He's a crucial part of their midfield. He's a crucial player for them. He's going to cost around 45 to 30 million. Let me finish, bro. He was a Granit Xhaka replacement. And if Granit Xhaka does not leave, why are we going to get a Granit Xhaka replacement? I don't get it. I think we should, if a club wants to move well and you want to move good, you should get a player in to bench your other players. But at this moment, he's not coming to Arsenal. And I don't think we're going for him anymore. I think Lyon are going to hold on to their player. He's one of their key players to the midfield. And also, he's playing in the Olympics right now. And I don't think he's going to make it back in time for this move to even happen. So let's just forget about it. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah. I get it. But I want to add one thing quickly, okay? Why is
Yeah.
that? Why is that Arsenal doesn't bully teams? Leon wants the money, you know. Even it's not 40 and above, it's only they say 30 million and above. So Arsenal, I think we are so softy, to be honest. We are so soft. You know, we have to bully like the other teams, you know, they did. We are not smart, you know, in business, to be honest, for me. I will make it simple. As you say that Xhaka is staying now, I don't think that we're gonna get him. Yeah, for me, Maddison, man, Maddison. And I hope that Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang do well in the season, inshallah, hopefully.
Okay. Let me tell you something. There is Odegaard news. This is the Odegaard news. Arsenal need to insert a buyback clause to sign Real Madrid's playmaker Odegaard, so they can go fuck off. And there's no news on Bissouma. Pretty much the deal is done with Bissouma. Bissouma's waiting for Liverpool. He's not waiting for Arsenal. He's waiting for Liverpool. What's it called? Ruben Neves is waiting for Manchester United. Locatelli was waiting for Juventus. All our major signings to replace Granit Xhaka, we're waiting for other clubs to come and sign them. And at this moment, it looks like we're not going to be signing a central midfielder. It doesn't look like we're going to be signing a right back. It looks like we're going for a striker and a central attacking midfielder. And that might be our final two signings of the summer. I expect Lacazette to leave if we do get a striker. And even if we don't get a striker, he could go to the bench. But yeah, anyways, people, I'm out of here. Have yourselves a wonderful day. And you know what? I appreciate every single one of you guys who watch the channel. If you haven't already gotten the video over 100 likes, do me a favor, smash that like button right now. We can get this video easily over 100 likes. We're currently on 80 likes for the video. So just take that 1 second to just hit that like button. It's free. It does not cost you an absolute penny. But yeah, Will, thank you for joining us, bro. Appreciate you. Muhtin, same thing. Aslan, you want to say something positive to take us away? Everyone's on your case today.
No, the only positive is for everyone that's tuned in to Igal's stream today, and the panelists in Muhyiddin and Will joining. So appreciate you, brothers, and big up you, Igal. Another top stream today, bro.
Yeah, and we're past 7K views. So once I get to 10K subscribers, what I'm gonna do is past 2 million views and 10K subscribers. So once I get to 10K subscribers, I will show my subscribers. At the moment, I'm at 7. So once I get past 10, I'll show my subscribers. Until then, I'm not gonna show nothing because too many haters out there. But
big up all the people that have shown love and supported you from day dot, man. Big up, man.
There you go. And we're already at 85. Look at that. 10 people smashing the like button in a second. Appreciate all you guys. Have yourselves a wonderful day. And anyone who's gotten this far on the playback or live, you're the real ones. And show, I know you're listening. Kangaroo Man.